Hey guys, welcome to another CS cast here with myself, Savage, and my fantastic duo partner. Guys, welcome to another CS cast.
My name is Hoppy.
Myself, Savage, and we already have technical difficulties where we're hearing ourselves on the stream.
Yeah, but I do apologize for the delay on getting this started. We had some issues with everything worked fine last night, and get here this morning and try and set stuff up again, and everything, of course, doesn't work.
Supposed to go live at 1, but we are here with our first game of the day. We'll start here with the scrim, of course, from iNTACT versus Silent Empire, I think is the opponent we have here today. And it will be on cobblestone, so we'll probably just jump right into the match here.
Yep, we're getting into the action. We do have a couple pauses, a couple moments in time here while they finish up the knife round. Always nice to see a little bit of butchery coming in. Going medieval on cobblestone, one might say. And it looks like, ooh, 5 HP. Oh no, they were fighting each other. iNTACT picks up the knife round. They will elect to stay CT, I believe. Which, interesting choice on cobble. CT side can definitely be very difficult, especially with the terrorist being able to pressure belong and drop rooms so heavily. This map spreads you out thin. We see a lot of CT teams electing to play a 1-4 setup with one player towards A, and maybe one in connector, and then the rest of their players towards B. And it definitely looks like that is what is going to be happening on this pistol round here.
Right off the bat, we're going to see Zen Jesus lining up with the flash toward the drop room. That's going to get his team into drop. Early pressure in. Down into the E-box. Strider with a great headshot onto Skull. Andrew on the lurk behind. Gets the player coming in through the window. And Kai pressures on him on the B platform. He is on the stairs. Drennet, another great kill from the T side. That's going to be 4 players down. Drennet with another kill. And Andrew, second kill for him. That's two kills for 2 players on Silent Empire to finish off the round. An early, easy pistol round for them going in on the T side.
They don't lose a single man, so we will be able to see all of them having very excellent buys. Kills spread across the team. 3 MAC-10s, 2 AKs, some mixed utility coming into this round. Let's see where they elect to go. We have iNTACT on a couple pieces of armor and light pistols.
And right now we see the stack coming out toward B from iNTACT with all of the CZs, the Deagles, the P250s. This is going to be good for them. They have a lot of close angles. This is where we see the pistols shine. Let's see if the T side decides to push in. They elect to go back toward the A side. Drennet picks up the bomb, throws it a little bit closer to the A side, and it looks like they're just looking for any aggression coming out from iNTACT. Really nice from them, not getting too aggressive here on the second round. Little peek from Skull on the boost here. Interesting play. That's 1 kill to Skull on the boost side.
Absolutely, and it does unfortunately look as if the terrorists are going to be pushing up into A, where that pressure in drop room may not have been as effective. We do have 1 terrorist down in drop right now. That's Andrew. And on the other side of the wall is iNTACT Skull, who gets picked off. Andrew, does he know that Info is here? No, he does not. Info picks up the cheeky headshot through connector. Only 2 terrorist players left. The bomb pushing up slope, very close to that connector door. Zen Jesus.
Nice Molotov to get the players out of the back. APC. Vikex up on the top of the shed. He loves the spot. Gets an early trade from Drennet. Not able to pick up a second. And Drennet alone gets 1 kill behind the APC before Info trades him off. And great comeback round from iNTACT. Picks up the 2 AKs. That's going to be 2 rifles for them. Going to be a full buy. And let's see if Silent Empire reforces.
iNTACT money looking fantastic right now. Silent Empire, it looks like I see a Deagle in armor, so it looks like they're going to be force buying into this round as well. Against a far superior firepower on iNTACT's side. We only have 2 SMGs, we have 3 rifles coming out. Decent utility from iNTACT. And a 3-man stack towards the B. Here's this connector play I told you about earlier, where we see 1 player pushed up towards long A, whereas the other 4 are drifting towards B to stop this early aggression. So much utility being traded up and down that drop room just to try and stall out the game, to prevent Silent Empire from getting an early advantage into this round. We do have a CT player pushed up on plat.
Nice flash coming over the top there from iNTACT eSports. Gets a nice ding shot onto Andrew, but he does have the head armor. We did see that that's part of the force buy. All of the terrorist team having the head armor against these SMGs. That's going to be a really big deal to watch out for as we get the terrorist players pushing up A long. They have good control. Bryce peeking in toward the B long. That's a nice headshot through the box in the corner. Good pickup from him. Imperious chimes in with a headshot of his own toward the other side of the map on Strider.
We have a 4v4 coming in now. So the CTs are going to be spread thin throughout the map. You see 2 of them towards A site. They have 1 lurking terrorist to deal with. And Bryce picks up the MP9, but does not commit to a push out onto B site just quite yet. But the bomb is moving his direction. We have 3 terrorists that certainly look as if they're going to use the last 35 seconds of this game pushing towards the B site.
And then Jesus on the other side. Does he see VicX on the other side of this wall? Does VicX turn around? What happens? Imperious on the B site, and it looks like the terrorists have committed to pushing out toward the B site. That's 2 kills on players toward B, and Zen Jesus able to pick up the kill on VicX toward the A site, picks up the M4, and he's in the connector. Skull knows where he is, smokes off the connector door, throwing the HE through, and it looks like time is going to run out. Not able to get to the bomb, and that's going to have a secure 3rd round from iNTACT eSports.
I like Zen Jesus saving that gun there. He knew he only had 15 seconds to get through that connector door and make something happen to kill 2 players. That's an impossible task to ask of him. He's going to save that rifle into the next round. But the question is, what does his teammates do with their $2,000 or so that they have on this buy? I see a P250, and I don't think anything else. So they're going to have 1 rifle. Saving as a terrorist is hard. I think you're going to see a fast, quick play coming out towards B here.
Perhaps Zen Jesus the 3rd one in, and we do see that 2 players pushing up aggressively toward the B platform with the Glocks. P250 to entry, and we do see 1 player toward the A ramp side, looking for 1 pick toward the middle. And still 3 players toward the B site. We see the rotations coming in from iNTACT. They have 4 players toward the B site. 1 op, Enfo. He loves this spot toward the statue. Great shot on the platform. That's always a difficult shot to hit. Only have the upper half of the body. Misses the 3rd shot. Able to pick up on the 4th.
2 for 4 on those shots coming out from Enfo. Not too bad. You would like. I mean, you really want to see him get that sick 4K. VicX picking up 1 towards the danger area of the map, and it is now a 1v5 for the last lonely terrorist, Strider. Nope. I was going to say, if he can pull off anything Strider-esque, maybe some Aragon Lord of the Rings stuff, he might have a chance, but gets instantly shut down on the edge of the smoke.
iNTACT having a bigger brain than some of the orcs we see in Lord of the Rings, so good for them not getting picked off 1 versus 4 in that situation, like a couple of pesky orcs would.
Absolutely. And the Mines of Moria towards those B halls is going to be again raided by 4 players from Silent Empire, and they are met with roughly 4 counter-terrorists as well. We do have, once again, Skull playing that connector position. That's a frag from Andrew coming out. Was that a plat push? That must have been a plat push with Enfo and his op. Gets picked off by the AK. Always a huge risk. VicX picks off a lurk towards the danger area. And we have 1 terrorist over on this side of the map to deal with. The others still back towards B.
It's Strider looking over toward the drop room, not able to find anything. Andrew pushed up toward the B plat, gets flashed, able to still find the kill after the full flash goes through onto Kai. And Strider, that's on the E-box side. They're able to pinch on the B platform as well. They have full control of the site.
The bomb's back at B halls. They have the site, but they don't have the bomb. And certainly they're going to be able to get it back and take it to the site. But that seems like a huge oversight that nobody was carrying the bomb there. If the counter-terrorists had any more presence. And actually, this may end up having an impact in the round. As you see, the bomb is still just barely going down. That gives this 1v3 CT player the best chance possible. He's doing damage through the door. It's an excellent angle to get wall bangs at. He knows players are playing around that statue. He's going to be creeping in slowly, waiting for aggression. Is he going to try to commit to this? He gets the first. You have to think he's going to go for these last 2 players. But does he know where they are?
He has the momentum. We see him lurking in through the B door, but we have terrorists watching his side. The gun barrel comes out. That's an easy op shot from Andrew as he comes around the corner. Unfortunately, his barrel sticking out around the corner. You almost saw it in your mind as he gets that kill right there. You see him, if his barrel doesn't come out, coming around the corner, getting the quick headshot, getting the next headshot into the defuse, but unfortunately, shut down early.
And I do want to highlight Andrew there. That's such a smart angle for an AWP to play. You know players have to turn to the right to check behind the door there. And if they have a rifle, those gun barrels swing wide. And he's able to see that and confirm that there's a player there and he needs to make a kill. We see a very passive setup from the terrorists, just watching for A aggression. And I don't know if that will be coming out from iNTACT. You do have 2 players in the lower room with Deagles. And it's going to be some trades.
Nice trade there by Vikex with the Deagle. Up through the mid. He's been so strong on the A site so far, not having any of these A lurkers that Silent Empire has been putting toward that A site so far. They've had a lot of impact toward the B site. That's where they know that they're coming, and that's why they still only have Vikex here over on the A site, one toward the connector door. This is a good spread from them. They have the 4 versus 4, advantage to the terrorist side, and Drennet trying to look for the drop aggression again.
Interesting shot coming out from Drennet there. We do have some set wall of smokes coming out, but Kai will be on this side. He lines up the headshot. Fantastic Deagle work. There's only one more terrorist player towards this side of the map, and he is low. This Deagle will one-shot him in the toe. The other bomb and the terrorist player are in lower A, however. And this could... Oh, there we go. Vikex, fantastic headshot. Doesn't even need to take advantage of the fact that that player is injured. And we have 30 seconds left. Andrew SO5 towards A long with an AWP creeping up. Is he gonna... He does spot info. The trade's coming in. Fantastic shot onto the head with the scout for info. The player was damaged. I don't know if he knew that, but he hits him in the head anyway. And just shutting down the round. That was an excellent eco from iNTACT, getting some early trades and really capitalizing on the terrorists not checking angles as they tried to work into the B bomb site.
You really have to appreciate the headshots that are coming in. Even on the players that are damaged, you would know that they would have taken that round, whether those players were damaged or not. Phenomenal job from iNTACT eSports, bringing it back with the eco round. And now we see Silent Empire onto the eco round themselves. A few CZs, one Deagle coming out, a P250.
This is the eco chain, where you just keep force buying back and forth, and there's no real gun rounds. It happens a lot in pro matches these days. Ooh. That's a nade that's going to do a good 40 to Strider up above the drop, and contact surely has to be made here by Andrew on the plat. Playing with the CZ, playing with death at 14 HP, but Kai and the support comes in. I don't like those trades. I mean, they come out 1 man ahead, but still seems like some fairly risky peeking coming on, and you don't necessarily have to take those fights.
And Enfo, a lot of damage onto him. We'll see if that plays later into the round. Of course, with these pistols, any damage is good damage to have onto a player. And we see Enfo onto the low HP, but we see the bomb going toward the long A position, and that's site control. They know that they have Vikex, the only player playing there. And the smoke goes out onto the connector door, and suddenly, the only dangerous position is from the Juliet.
It's a 3v3 retake.
And there's Zen Jesus. He knows that the players are coming from Juliet. Lands one shot. That's half the HP of one of the players from iNTACT. Great headshot from Bryce. The trade comes in from Imperius. And Drennet coming in through the vent room.
There's no way that they know he's here. The taps come out from the CZ, and it's a 1v1 now. How does Enfo play this? One hit from that CZ, and he is done. Drennet swings wide, resets his aim, and is able to take Enfo down. And it ended up that the damage onto Enfo did cost him the round there. You have to think if he has more health to his name that he's going to certainly win that battle versus the CZ.
We did talk about that a little bit earlier in the round, and the other thing that I wanted to point out there, a little bit of that aim punch patch coming into play there.
Oh yeah. I mean, we still do not know the ramifications of what that patch is going to mean for the game and how it's going to affect some of these close-range pistol versus rifle or SMG battles.
And right there, we saw Drennet having a great reset. But now Imperius having a great few resets of his own as he gets 2 kills as the terrorists push into the B bomb site. But Strider able to trade 2 out himself. That's 2 great kills for him. Enfo hit along the backside of the statue here. He gets a great headshot. But the terrorists are able to trade 2 more. And now we're in the 2 versus 1 with Vikex on the flank. Let's see if the terrorists know that he's coming.
Andrew. Oh, the timing there. It looked as if for a moment that Andrew was not going to be aware that the flank was coming that quickly, but he is up there on the plat and ready, and it actually ends up being the man on the statue who spots him out and is able to kill him and secure a 4th round for Silent Empire. It does look like this is going to be the closest thing we've had to a gun round so far. We do have a... I don't like this MAC-10 buy. If he bought a MAC-10, you could have afforded a Galil, and... I mean, there are 3 players that don't have head armor.
He has great utility too, and you can't help but think maybe he could have afforded that Galil. Maybe he could have afforded that AK with absolutely no utility, and maybe not even head armor. Maybe that's a little bit more worth it than a Mac 10 at this point. But we do have, as you said, a few players on the counter-terrorist side with no head armor.
Moving into the neutral game. Silent Empire developing their default.
And this is a good patient round from them.
Oh, the knife shoulder peek comes out. He spots the player, and he's able to convert an entry kill all by himself. He does not know, though, that VicX is pushed up long behind him. It looks as if he's trying to fake pressure onto the A site.
And they're used to having only one player play at the A site here. And that's going to be interesting because Silent Empire now thinks that they have complete control of the A site as they still have the bomb toward the B site.
This is so smart from VicX. He's going to hear the other player running down the snake behind him, hopefully. Yes, it looks like he turned around and he knows that player's going to be coming in. Surely he has to get this kill. There's no way the bomb players... Oh, the bomb elects to go up danger. No. The timing is everything.
But Imperius able to get one as he comes over the Juliet platform. Let's see if he can hold the site by himself. VicX able to get the one rotating back from the B site. And EnfoHip alone on the B site all by himself with one terrorist. Able to get the nice flick toward the sidewalk position, but Bryce able to get the bomb down. VicX pushing up toward the hill position. Bryce knowing where he's at.
That op work. Ooh.
Great reset from him. EnfoHip pushing through the B door. He knows that there's a terrorist there. Misses the flick. Comes out with the pistol. Bryce able to escape behind the APC. Great headshot flick coming out from Enfo. And that's going to be a defuse for iNTACT. And they'll be up 5-4.
That's two massive kills in the round coming out from Enfo. Both very nasty off flicks. That second one, when the terrorist player's coming around the APC there, and he can only see his head too. Still flicks onto the head. Gets the kill. Secures the 1v1. VicX was huge in that round. He had a massive impact for me. He was pushed up long, and he knew that there was only one player. So all of that noise that sounded like it was coming out towards the A site, he knew it was all fake. And that's why you saw the three other players anchoring towards the B site to meet the aggression from the T's there. If VicX doesn't have that intel, and instead tries to chase down that one player, that's a different round.
And now we see the fast aggression coming out from Silent Empire toward the B site, but shut down immediately by Imperius with a couple of great kills with the FAMAS. Bryce with one on the Galil, and Enfo with the op from behind the statue position. And Skull we see rotating in through the connector door. We have both players from the T side still on the B site. Bryce rotating around through the sidewalk position, picks Skull. Nice trade from VicX onto Strider, and Bryce all alone on the B site here. Is able to pick up the bomb.
Has the bomb, knows roughly where the player is. This is going to come down to a battle of headshots from these two AK players here. Unless the op can find him as well. But Bryce has made it out of the broken wall and is getting a reset. The counter-terrorist players know he's gone. And now they're going to have to try to guess where he's going to rotate to. It looks like they're both sticking towards B. Not quite buying the fake. And I'm wondering how Bryce, he does have a smoke and flash to negate some of these angles and maybe get himself past the ops line of sight. But Enfo has opted to pick up an M4 instead. And the whiff's coming in. Uh-oh, that's not good. This looks like a bomb plant coming in. He still has a smoke and a flash. Bryce has a good chance at a 1v2 here.
Both players electing to push through the E-box. Down the sidewalk position. They're looking to make a trade here. Bryce able to take a 1v1. Looks the other direction, and VicX picking up the nice trade. That's a good decision from them to push from the same direction. He wasn't expecting that.
That's fantastic timing. It was a great mental play there. He definitely thinks that the other player is going to be swinging wide on the left to try and get a crossfire on him, but peeks wide on the same angle, gets the trade. Able to pick up the AWP and the defuse. The economy for iNTACT not looking fabulous at the moment. We're going to see a serious lack of utility coming in for them. And Silent Empire is also not on a fantastic buy. Looks like they are going to be forcing with the pistols and SMGs. We do have 2 rifles coming out as well. So this is going to be probably a faster paced round. Silent Empire, I don't know. I don't think they've been coming out on top. They won the pistol round, so they've been losing these long, slow defaults. I want to see them increase the pace here. Maybe do a fast set smoke play towards B to try and really force these players from iNTACT to take fights and get them in another retake situation.
But we do see their vigilance paying off as we do see iNTACT force back with low utility, which is so important to have on Cobblestone. This is something that we see a lot from counter-terrorists as they take a lot of casualties. We see low utility buys. We see only a few flashes on some players. We see the FAMAS. We see an MP9. These are big things when it comes to being a terrorist and taking advantage of pushes on the terrorist side on Cobblestone. And now we have only a smoke and a flash left, or 2 flashes left, excuse me, and 1 Molotov on Zen Jesus on the terrorist side. And Zen has been phenomenal lurking toward the A site so far, and Strider through the drop room window. First pick here.
Split A. There goes the 3 players through connector, and this is going to be a slaughter. iNTACT. Oh, 8 fantastic shots from Vic, reading the rotates from behind, but Bryce is able to pick up some rotates in connector, and now he's looking for more. And we have Drennet. They don't necessarily know he's there. Oh, he finds the second flick onto the player, and there's a 2v1 for the terrorists now. With the smoke in this molly, they should be able to neutralize the counter-terrorist player. But no, instead, they elect to fight.
Good trade coming out there. Strider recognizing he's on low HP, doesn't go for the bomb plant, recognizing that if he gets in that 1v1 situation, he's going to be at an extreme disadvantage. So instead, they choose to take the aggressive pinch, they make the trade, and that's a great play from Silent Empire.
I mean, all off the back of that crazy second deagle kill from Drennet there coming out of long. The first one, yeah, the player's not looking, easy lineup. The second one, he's wheeling around the corner, has the reflexes to pop the counter-terrorist in the head instantly, and all of a sudden puts him up a man in a clutch situation. And they're able to trade out the last kill and secure a 5th round for themselves. And they made a slower play work, so props to them. Maybe I was wrong. And now the counter-terrorist economy is fairly wrecked. We have a light force coming in from them.
Yeah, USP by VicX. He's going to be weak toward the A site. We have a couple of Deagles coming out. Not much armor. Head armor only on 1 player. And so we will see those Mac 10s hopefully coming in, getting nice economy boosts for Silent Empire. They're going to need the rounds. iNTACT eSports already on 6 rounds counter-terrorist side of Cobblestone. That's a good start for them, as they do have a few rounds left. If they're able to pick up a few kills here, we could see a few more from them. That would be a huge CT side. But Zen Jesus through the connector side, up through the lower A position. He's not able to pick up the kill, but Drennet able to pick up 1 toward the B side. Zen Jesus able to finally get that kill, but Imperious and VicX coming in with trades of their own. Strider and Drennet. And Andrew with the final kill. That's going to be easy trades onto the B site. Textbook Counter-Strike by Silent Empire, just making good trades onto the Eco Pistols. And now we're going into the 13th round. And iNTACT still on a low buy.
Yeah, their economy is not looking great. I saw some great things there from Silent Empire. They had a player lurking all the way up in the A site that confirmed that there was a B stack. So the amount of players in the B site is not taking Silent Empire by surprise. They're able to clear all the angles. They're making the trades. And the last 3 kills for them are just easy. Silent Empire playing very slowly into these rounds, which definitely does give you the benefit of making the counter-terrorists nervous and making them feel like they have to go for info plays, which is right here. We have 2 CT players pushing up long, and at any moment, you think that Zen Jesus and, let's see, who is it? Bryce are going to be taking some contact. Bryce kills the first, gets traded. Zen Jesus picks up the player in lower, but Drennet over on the B side also secures a nice headshot for his team. The bomb is up by T Statue, though.
But only 1 counter-terrorist left, and surely Andrew will sneak up on him, get the headshot. Enfo looking toward the E-box position, waiting for anyone to come out of that drop room. And now, we finally see another gun round coming out on the 14th round here of the first half.
Double op setup coming out from iNTACT with Enfo and VicX. I'm looking for VicX. He plays towards A, so I'm definitely looking for him to maybe take an early cheeky pick, try and make it a 4v5 as soon as possible, fall back. They do have low utility, so you want to make the CTs... you think they need something to happen right now to kind of give them a bigger advantage, because they're losing the utility game in here. If this round goes late, the terrorists are going to have extra utility the counter-terrorists don't have, and these site takes are going to be incredibly difficult to defend.
And right now, we do have 1 aggressive counter-terrorist player toward long, but Zen Jesus in an interesting position here, pushed up all the way toward the B platform. Does he see that counter-terrorist on tree? He does see the boost come out, and Zen Jesus, nice pickup from him. And still the slow play from Silent Empire. No rush through the B site.
Here comes the smokes. Interesting that they chose to molly the tree again, even though they already killed one player. That is a fantastic entry on 2 HP. Gets a headshot on the Coop player. Zen Jesus, he is does finally get traded. We still have a man advantage for the terrorists, who are pushing onto the site and are surely getting a bomb plant, leaving the last 2 CT players in connector in a tough retake. They're going to have to fight against Demolly, 2 more flashbangs, and rifles. They may elect to save here, as their economy is not fantastic. They are on 3 rounds losing.
But they do get the spray through the door. That's a great kill by Skull. That's going to put them in the 2v2 scenario, and now they might choose to go through it. Flashbang over the top. And both players coming through door. They don't have the flank here, and the terror side knows it. They both are looking toward the side, and Andrew with both kills.
That's a textbook post-plant situation for the terrorists, easily mopping up, using their man advantage to kind of make the CTs look one way, make them look another, and catch them with their other players while they're not looking. That's an 8th round for Silent Empire. It looks like they have won the T-half already. Let's see if they can make it 9. iNTACT is forced to spend all of their money, being that this is the last round of the half. Why does Info have 2,600 still?
Seems like he forgot that it was the last round of the half, but that's okay. That does happen to the best of us in the worst of times.
Yeah, I mean, that could have a massive impact. He's on a P250 and no armor.
Where the rest
maybe
of
he
his...
thinks maybe he thinks he needs to save an op for the 16th round of the CT half.
I think so. He is trying to go for the op save here because he does love it, and he is great with it, so we don't blame him. But we do see the slow play still coming out from Silent Empire. Skull over toward the E-box side. He's been great from this position, not allowing any terrorists to come in. They haven't had great pressure through the drop room. Most of their plays have been coming out through the B long or through the A long.
And it looks like that's what these players are electing to do right now. Spending this utility means they are telling the counter-terrorist players that they are here. They're taking ground. They're going to know there's at least one player towards long A. And the terrorists being split this late in the round means that they're probably going to try and sell a fake. My guess would be that these B players have been quiet for some time. Andrew needs to not make scope noises and not tell them that the bomb and other players may be towards the site. Zen Jesus is going to be selling the fake. Gets 1 entry. Gets 2. And there's still one more player over here. There's a 2v1 left on the B site. Kai gets a fantastic spray down, holding it down by himself. 27 seconds left for the last terrorist. He does get the kill, but he has no time. You have to think that Kai can clutch this out. There's only 20 seconds left. Bryce has to push through the connector. He has so much ground to cover, and you see that Kai is playing the long game. He's calling him out. He thinks that he can't get the bomb planted in time, and he's going to be in a new position even if he does. 8 seconds. Can he get the bomb down?
The very end of the round.
The bomb's going to go down, but Kai knows he has to be planted, and he gets the kill. Secures 3 massive kills on the B site. That 2K FAMAS spray down was so clutch. Without that, this is an absolute round loss, and a 7-8 half and a 6-9 half are completely different scenarios for them. That's an amazing last round of the half. Better tell Enfo to stop playing that loud hip-hop music in his speakers.
Yeah, he wasn't really listening that it was the last round of the half.
It didn't hear the call to force.
But the thing is, we do have to give so much credit to Kai. What a great reposition there on the last round of the half. Able to get it a little bit closer, even though they were on that eco. Now we move to 7-8. And that's actually a pretty good pickup for CT side on Cobblestone.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. The meta of how CT or T-sided this map has been changing over time, but it's a map that can really go either way. It's absolutely doable to win a T-half, as we saw Silent Empire doing against an iNTACT that, I mean, they're not looking too bad, not looking too shabby. And we do see a pretty big stack and a deagle.
That's going to be most of the players toward the A side. That's a quick hit from Enfo. Headshot onto Zen Jesus. That's why they give him the deagle this early. But he has no armor. But with the aim punch nerfs, that's probably not going to be too big of a deal. Smoke coming out toward door from Imperius. Flashes over the top. Let's see where they go. They're going to have full control if they're able to pick this last player behind APC. We have players pushing through the lower A. They're rotating back toward the B position. Bomb, we see, going back toward B. And Enfo still able to get a nice second headshot. My God, toward the second player on the door position there. And Strider realizing that they are rotating back toward the B, but Skull's already in position.
Yeah, Skull's positioning here is going to be so clutch. The CT player knows he's there, but this is prime Glock territory. Drennet picks up 1, but does get traded immediately. That is full B-side control for the for the terrorist side, rather. The last player has picked up a deagle and half armor. I almost want to see him maybe go for an exit, but save it in the next round. I mean, that's a full force buy right there that he has. And instead, it looks like he's going to be going for it. Knows where the first player is, picks him up. Do the second terrorists? No, they don't offer to trade right at this moment in time. Surely, yeah, he can't do it. That's a weird decision to go for a 1v3. And I mean, especially when you don't have head armor. And any of those pistols can just shut you down.
He wants to pick up that into this round anyway. He probably wants to have Deagle armor going into this round. In fact, you'll probably see him pick up that exact buy right now. So maybe actually he might be the one saving for the up. No, he actually goes for the head armor in P250. However, if you have the armor and the Deagle moving into this round, that's going to be a huge boost to your CT economy. It's going to be able to get you the op when you need it on the third buy round.
That allows one more player to force and still be able to afford the op on the first gun round of the half, which is a huge deal. So I thought that was kind of a foolish decision for him. iNTACT, able to pick up the pistol. Some fantastic Deagle work from Info coming in there. The BM Deagle buy on pistol round is always a fun one to watch, and he gets two one-taps in the head. vikex is going to be caught off guard by this. He doesn't know. Is it going to be a knife? Oh, the Spidey senses, he turns around, but Zen Jesus is still able to get a clean getaway. Smooth criminal is Zen Jesus as he walks away with this MP7, feeling mighty nice for himself, having secured a man advantage for his team. Spots some more players towards lower. And this looks like an iNTACT stack towards the A site here.
We do see the rotations coming in from Silent Empire. Zen Jesus moving back to the far B platform. We have one player rotating in through B door. And now, 2 players only for Silent Empire toward the A site. They still think that the B hit may be incoming, but we see all of the players of iNTACT toward the B site and flashes coming over the top. One through lower A. Andrew alone here at the lower position gets one, can't find the second, traded out by Imperius and Zen Jesus. The last hope alive on the B site here. Finds one, can't find two. Enfo, nice trade from him on the UMP. Imperius has the AK. He's along the backside here. What can he do?
He doesn't have to do much. He can sit here. He does have a player creeping up long behind him, but I'm sure his game sense is going to tell him where that player is coming from soon. Maybe not. That player has to have seen him. Yep, there comes out the headshot. It's all on Info, and he can't do it. You hate to see players get caught up by the flank like that.
But it is great trades coming in from Silent Empire, and that's what we've seen so far from them here, both on the T side and so far this round in the CT side. Even on the pistols, they're able to trade out the players that have the AKs. Great positioning from them to recognize, have the game sense of where the terrorist players are playing close plant, recognizing they're in the 3 versus 2 scenario. They have one on the flank. They had great positioning there.
Yeah, and we see again something similar to what was happening in the first half of the game, where the rounds are being traded by force buys. We have 2 players living on each side so far, and that was the defusal as well. So I mean, these are close rounds, but you really want to pick those up on the T rounds, as those anti-ecos are some of the easiest rounds you're going to be able to get in the game. But a couple mistakes here and a couple mistakes there, and that will cost you that potential lead into this game. We do see the iNTACT players opting to stack towards B. Looks like it might be a fast drop explosion here. There comes the rush and the players, but will they know Bryce is right below them?
Great positioning from him. He's going to get 2. Strider with a headshot as well. I think that's toward the B platform. We have vikex. He's looking toward the lower A position. Zen Jesus, he's going to have a pretty easy wrap up from here. He calls with 1 player lower A. They do know that they have the bomb toward the B side. I do believe they do see that. And Bryce, recognizing that they have to come over the drop, gets 1 more. That's a great round for him. That's 3. And Strider pushing up the B long. He's had 1 so far this round. And vikex, last T player toward the lower position. They're going to be pushing him here. Nice round closeout by Andrew. And we'll move into the 19th round. Big advantage to Silent Empire here in momentum with the little rebuy there on the second round, getting iNTACT on their back foot. And now we see iNTACT on the low eco buy on the AKs.
Light utility for them. No AWP, which is unfortunate. They are going to be against some scattered rifles of various quality and a UMP on Silent Empire. But Silent Empire, they have very full utility. This is going to be a long round for iNTACT. If they want to push soon, they're going to be going up against massive grenade resistance. And they are stacking towards A, quietly moving up. Even the bomb and their last player lurking towards A. And I'm not sure if the counter-terrorists have boosted up on plat and seen that there is no pressure on B long. Now that we're getting players flashed into A long, this might be a tell. You see rotations coming out from the counter-terrorists. They haven't heard anything towards B in a very long time, but they still have 3 players here. And, oh, it's a fake. The lack of pressure, and VicX's only job now is to sell this as a fake. I want to see him push out on the site and get another kill, make this even easier for his team. But it's going to be a 4v2 they've earned themselves. Oh, make that a 4v3 as the counter-terrorists. Oh.
That's great wait for the aggression by Imperius. You saw them taking their time through the B halls there, checking every corner, making sure that they didn't have any players that had pushed up through the B halls. Andrew, he's going to be close to plat here. It's all on him to hold this B site. Dreadnoughts gone down. Andrew up. That's a 3K for him. Great spray down with the UMP. My God, Bryce toward the A site. He's going to clean up the last one. That's VicX. He's toward the connector door, and he's going to fall. Great pickup from Silent Empire. My lord.
What a cheeky little 3K. He jumps through the smoke on broken wall, comes out behind all 3 players, and just gets a 3-man quick mowdown. It was a great job making sure he confirmed all 3 players in that amount of time. He did not give them very much time to react to that super quick ninja flank that he did on them. So, I mean, yeah, that's just a massive step up from one player with, you know, a UMP.
And you can see Silent Empire is feeling themselves right now as they just push a player up through the A lower position. Kai able to get the trade, and Andrew chiming in with 1 toward the drop room. Imperius gets the trade toward A. That's a P250 pickup. Bryce through the lower room, or through the connector, excuse me, able to get 1 toward the lower, and Andrew pushing through with him as well through the smoke. 2 players, easy pickups for them. And only 1 toward the A long. They know where he is. Bryce last pickup. Phenomenal few rounds for him.
Silent Empire netting them a considerable lead. It was 8-8, and see, last 4 rounds in a row, they're able to start chaining. They have some players on 8,000 after buying rifles, which looks like their economy is doing fantastic. But the lost round is building for iNTACT, and we're going to see more and stronger buys come out from them as they try to pull themselves back into this match. And this looks like some fast B aggression. All 5 players. I'd love to see this. The counter-terrorists are not in positions to be able to handle this aggression. Kai is already out into the broken wall position. He's surely going to be getting the flanks. And he does. He gets 2. Does he make the 3rd?
Traded out by Bryce. Traded out another by the statue. That's a 2K. 3K on the bomb planter. He's had such a phenomenal last few rounds. That's been, I think, 8 kills in the past 3 rounds for him. So he's been huge for them. Zen Jesus coming through. That's through the B door. And Skull. Last one on the platform, not able to get the last kill. Drennet gets him with the op shot, and that's going to be the defuse from Silent Empire, and they have so much momentum as we move into the last few rounds of this half here.
That's an excellent use of utility to finish out a round and just prevent any chance that iNTACT had at clutching it back there. Bryce, fantastic. Gets 1, trades so you saw Kai enter onto the B site there, get 2 fantastic kills, and then Bryce instantly trades him. Through smoke, picks up the bomb planter and another player for a 3K, just ultimately shifting the course of that round in an instant. That is just massive step-ups from these players here. And will he fall? The AWP is able to make it back safely, and they're distracted by the AWP, so Zen Jesus is able to pick up 1 more towards long. That's a quick 2 men down for the terrorist side.
Huge advantage to Silent Empire right now. They've been pushing up, having so much aggression toward the A side. Drennet, you see, getting the kill toward the lower A with the AWP, and then 1 more toward the A long site. And Andrew having such great control of drop so far. Drennet looking toward the lower A. Maybe he knows there's 1 more there. Smokes it off, able to shut off any aggression coming out from 3 remaining terrorists. There's the push through the B halls, finds Skull. They have so much map control, and surely they know that the last 2 are toward the A site. Bryce, easy headshot on the back of Kai, and Imperius last one alive toward A site. There's Zen Jesus, last pick up there. And now, going into the 15th point, potentially, for Silent Empire. What can iNTACT do here? They're on a low buy.
I do not know. I mean, they've tried going fast, they tried going slow. They're really getting shut down by some just huge single round performances from a couple of the players on Silent Empire. And I mean, sometimes there's nothing you can do when a player is going to step up massively and take a round that they should lose and make a 3K, and then all of a sudden you're the one losing the round, and they're electing to go slow even though their economy is limited.
And it's an uphill battle here for iNTACT eSports. of course, Silent Empire having such a huge economy at this point that they're going to have to win quite a few rounds in a row in order to break the economy of the CT side. But we do see a lot of the players over toward the B site. They have players toward drop. They have players toward B long. Are they going to execute here? Drennet moving back toward the rock position, and we do have still no control from the terrace side toward the A site. Everyone's still over toward the B side. Drennet thinking that he has a read, going over toward the A side. They have multiple players rotating closer to A. And now 2 toward the drop, almost getting picked up by Skull. Instant trade by Kai onto Bryce. And Strider from the corner position, he gets 2. There's 1 more. That's a 3K for him. Phenomenal round so far.
Every time that Silent Empire is defending this B site, they're getting a 3K. And it's that was another one from, I mean, that's another player. It was Jesus and then Bryce, and then that was Strider, I believe. So it's like they're getting shut down by a different player every time on that site, and that's just so unfortunate. I mean, you do want them to check that position. It's not the most commonly played, but it's definitely warranted to check it and prevent, you know, your next 2 players from getting caught out. iNTACT is going to be doing his best. He has 19 HP to keep his team from going to a match point situation. Does get the first. There's no time. And, of course, there are 2 more players on the site hunting him down. He has no chance. That is match point for Silent Empire. Well, we are on match point. Yeah.
Yeah, on match point here. Going into the 24th round here. Nice early lead from Silent Empire as they've taken the CT
auto
side.
Sniper. 2 auto snipers and an AUG. This is BM.
They're looking to close this out nice and early on a BM strat here at the end of the scrim, but we do have a few AKs coming out from iNTACT eSports. Looks like they're going toward the A site with a couple of players. They're doing a nice default. Enfo picked up by the auto sniper. Always unfortunate to get full flashed into the auto sniper, but Imperious, good trade onto Zenit, but Zen Jesus able to pick up 1 more with an auto sniper. Kai, headshot on toward the A long.
That's a 3v3. Those auto snipers trying to do damage to the door. They will be falling back, but do the terrorists know that a player is pushed up very far past B long? He knows he hasn't hurt anybody. He's electing to take a sneaky angle here.
A little bit more of a defensive position. I think he hears the players coming through the B halls. And now we see Strider trying to keep himself from being seen from any terrorists. But iNTACT, a little bit of hesitation as to where to go. Maybe they're going back toward the A side. Imperious, let's see if he can get any entry frags as we move up onto the A site. And it seems as though they're just creeping slowly.
And we do have 2 players towards B. Maybe iNTACT recognizing that they have not had control over that area of the map for such a long time that they don't want to retake control. So they are electing to slowly push towards angles that they know that auto snipers have been holding. And there it goes. That's the last auto sniper down for Silent Empire. 3 terrorists pushing quickly onto the A site where there is 1 lone terrorist and a flank already coming in. Another 2-man spray down from Andrew with the AUG. And he does get traded. And surely this has to be the bomb going down. But Skull, he knows since there's not another player around site, he should know that there's a flank coming out here. Yep, you can see he's already looking for it. He already expects that there's been no pressure from the B side, from the B rotate, that this player has to be flanking. Caught him changing weapons, and Skull will keep them in the game, picking up a 9th round for iNTACT. Fantastic clutch for him. You almost saw another 3K spray down coming out from a Silent Empire player to shut down what should have been an iNTACT round. This is just kind of a mad game.
They've been playing such crazy positions and getting such crazy kills from the strangest spots. And like you said, it's not the same player every time. It's been somebody different from Silent Empire every time, getting a few kills here and there, 3 kills in a row. Big plays coming out from them. And now, a little bit of aggression toward the B platform early from Silent Empire maybe as we see Strider pushing up the stairs. He's going to jump on the boxes, see if he can get any side over. Takes a little bit of damage from Enfo, it looks like. He knows he's there. Enfo, great headshot with the intel. Now let's see what they choose to do.
Punishing that player for his aggression. But we do have a drop boost coming out from the counter terrorist that's going to catch. No! Skull is able to see it before he's able to kill any of the terrorist players. There is another kill that comes in on B long. It looks like the terrorists are going to start pushing their momentum towards the A site. Both of the CT players having to quickly rotate through connector and try and get positions before the terrorists overwhelm them. They're at a massive man disadvantage. There's only 1 CT player left. Surely this is the round for iNTACT. We have Drennet sitting on site all alone with so many terrorist players. Oh, but they don't know he's on site. But he lets the bomb go down. He tried to ninja defuse. I didn't even hear the defuse sound.
No, it's because it's right as he planted, he started the defuse. That was amazing. Can you imagine if he got that? He almost didn't look down. He almost didn't check behind him.
That would have been the most legendary thing I have ever seen happen in this game. I have never seen a ninja defuse as the bomb is being planted. I don't even know what angle you have to stand at to not be seen by the player as they're planting. That is insane. Next level ninja skills. But it is not enough to win a 1v4 situation. He doesn't have that IRL luck stat coming in on his side this time.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to compose myself. That was absolutely ridiculous. Like, where he had to stand to not be seen is what's getting me, man. Like, he was looking in the direction.
He's like tickling his balls.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like.
You know, giving him a little over-the-pants action there.
And nice kills coming out from Enfo and Imperius. One toward the A long side. Vikex can be pushing up toward the lower side onto the players with CZs. Easy cleanups, headshots from Kai and Enfo. And now you see all the players pushing up toward the lower A site. Surely they do have this round. We are going to see Drennet hopefully saving his CZ full armor and a little bit of utility. He does have the Molotov. He does have the flash and now an AK.
Even better. And there's no way he should go for this. I mean, some of his team members, Zenjis is definitely going to need a buy coming into the round. They're only going to be on 3 rounds losing, so he's going to be sitting at just around, just under 3K, I believe.
Yeah,
and he's going to need the gun. Yep. And I kind of want to see iNTACT hunt him here. It looks like they are on the move.
But they're on low HP. It might not be worth it for them in their economy right now to be hunting him. They don't have great economy going into the next round. Even if they do win this, having all 4 players alive is going to be a huge benefit for them. But Vikex, he has good HP. He knows there's one to be flat. Great read from him. Nice pre-fire. Gets the headshot onto Drennet, and that's going to be great economy control from iNTACT. And now things are looking a little bit more interesting. We have a little bit of momentum back toward iNTACT. This has been an amazing few rounds from them. Not losing a lot of players last round. That's going to be a good economy boost.
I wonder if Zenjis' money was bugged for me, because he had $0.
I think it was bugged because he had $0 and now again
he has
zero.
No, he has a deagle and
it's updating now.
And stuff. Okay.
Now he's at 50.
Great. So iNTACT still needs another 4 rounds to pull it back. Andrew, quick pick onto Imperius. Ah, that's a man advantage for the counter-terrorist that you don't want to be facing right now. Enfo, fantastic, sees the gap in the smoke. That's a one-way. Gets an entry kill with an AWP towards the B plat. Evens out that man advantage. And the counter-terrorists have less utility and less firepower right now. And in some ways, their positioning is poor as well. They do have all 3 players clustered very close to the B site here. They have no drop control yet, though. But they don't need drop control, as all of the players from iNTACT are going to be pushing out onto the plat. Fantastic angle from Enfo, finding the boosted tree player. You have Bryce on statue playing with the smoke. This is so tenuous. Plant coming in, and once again, Bryce is spraying through the smoke like a god. Picks up the bomb planter again, gets glocked. He gets so low because of the leg. 2v2 now. 46 seconds. Plenty of time to get the bomb down. You just need to make sure you don't lose your lives. The flank coming through the smoke. Are they going to be able to see it? Vikex is watching, and Enfo to finish off the round. That is fantastically done by the narrowest of margins, still keeping them in this game. That is 12 rounds on the board.
Fantastic 4K coming out from Enfo, 2 with the AWP, and I think 2 on a pistol. What a great round from him. That's tough to convert in those high-tension situations. I believe at one point they were in the 2 versus 4, and both players doing a great job there on iNTACT to bring it back to the 2 versus 2 situation.
And the buy from Silent Empire. It's a semi-force, and they're just going to elect to push straight out mid. Vikex is having none of it. Gets 2. Traded. Imperius picking up another one. And these 2 last CT players are towards the rock position. And it looks like, I believe this is Imperius is going to be playing some cat and mouse, but does not want to push the issue.
And this is the right decision, I think. I think that the 2 counter-terrorists, the one with the AK needs to fall back and maybe try to save that AK. And maybe...
He's aggressive, and he gets punished. Kai not having the long rotate through T-spawn from Drennet. And we have Zen Jesus on a deagle here. He needs to pick up a rifle to save into the next round. His team's going to be buying. You want them to be able to have full utility. have a full buy on every player. But he knows that Kai is lurking around this position as well.
An iNTACT with another pickup in a row. They've had so many rounds in a row. So many to the counter-terrorists initially, and now iNTACT with all the momentum. You can see the counter-terrorist force breaking down.
Watch him try and grab the gun. Watch him try and grab the gun. No! Oh! He doesn't. He's not able to make it through the doorway and pick up that AK. It might have been blown away too far by the bomb explosion. iNTACT have money for days. They're not going to have any trouble buying in the rest of this half. Triple op setup coming out from Silent Empire. They have to be going for some aggressive picks with this. I guarantee you Zen Jesus is going to be peeking lower door here. We're probably going to have an op peek plat as well. There's the flash wide. Peeks. Doesn't see anyone. That's because all of the iNTACT players are towards the B on a quick execute. This is what you want to see against the AWPs. Let's get some flashbangs out here. Andrew picking up one. Strider picking up one. That's two coming in. They killed the bomb through smoke again. That's an op shot that did it this time. VicX, fantastic headshot though.
One more smoke going down on the other side of statue. VicX gonna get the bomb plant here. Recognizes that there's a one-way smoke right there. Avoids the shots. Enfo gets another. Brings it back to the 2v2.
Now that's the smart bomb plant. You see him fake planting and instantly moving because he knows they love to spam the smoke. Enfo with another op kill. Does he get the third? Yes, he does. He flicks on to Strider, and that is going to end the round. 14-15. iNTACT are pulling this back.
And that was the last hope for Silent Empire, I think. They're on low money. They have the broken economy. They're going to be on low buys. They're going to bring out the UMPs. They're going to only have a few flashes. And actually, some of the players electing to go for lower buys of guns to get more utility. I really like that decision on Cobblestone. We've talked about how important the utility is for the CT side on Cobble. You need to be able to shut down these aggressive T pinches, but iNTACT, a little bit slower now. Great change of pace from them. Enfo spamming through the smoke, not able to find anybody this time. He's been amazing with the AWP so far the past few rounds, having such huge impact.
Up close with the Enfo spots the shoulder, but they're both whiffing on each other. There are a lot of CT players. Excellent pop. That was a team pop flash that came in. What? What is this?
And taking perfect advantage of it, Enfo and Skull coming in, getting the two players pushing up aggressive B platform. And now, advantage to iNTACT. Let's see what they do with it.
This has got to be 15-15. They have a man advantage. They have superior firepower. They have map control. You see, VicX is pushed all the way up on lower. There's one more player left on long, and that is Zen Jesus falling at long. That is a 4v2 advantage and massive A-side control for iNTACT.
And now, if they play this right, you have to say that this is the dagger. Look how much utility they have left on that side. They only have to clear the player behind APC. Bryce goes down to VicX. And now Kai placing the bomb down. Only one player left on the CT side. And they know he's at lower. VicX, fantastic cleanup on the headshot. Phenomenal game coming out from iNTACT there. In the last few rounds, bringing it back to the tie. And unfortunately, with this being a scrim, we are not going to see an overtime. But what a game that was.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, 15-15. I mean, the comeback is real. You know, that's a fantastic job coming out from the iNTACT guys, not tilting, playing against 4 match points in a row there. It was 11-15 at one point, or maybe even been worse than that.
No, it was worse than that. I think at one point it was 9 or 8-15 because they took every round in a row.
Yeah.
CT side first until they got to 15, and then iNTACT brought it all the way back with every terrorist round in a row. After we saw that double auto sniper buy come out from Silent Empire.
Absolutely. And we do need to get onto this Cobble match for the DreamHack Open qualifier that came up rather quickly on us.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're already jumping right in.
We are going
Pretty
to
soon
pause
here.
the stream for a couple minutes and be right